All right, all right. Well,
Early.
good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome everybody to our show. We are so excited to be here as always every single Monday morning. And my name is Eric F. King, and I am joined by Leah Garcia, Annie Osong, and Zion and Naguru. So, welcome, folks. We're excited. We're excited about being here. We're excited about all of you being here. Definitely let us know where you're zooming in from today. Just put a comment in the chat. All right, today we will be talking about how to overcome fear and take bold action. All right, how to overcome fear and take bold action. Did you know that most of the things we fail to do in our lives, it's because of fear? It's because fear. And a lot of times we don't even know it's fear, or we don't, or we say something to disguise it, right? Right. So I remember back before I used to do videos online. I used to say the reason I don't do videos is because I don't have a great setup, and because my lighting is bad in my office, and that I don't have the camera that all these people are using, and when I buy it, then I'll do but guess what? It was just fear. That's all it was, fear, right? So sometimes we need people to tell us, like, it's just fear. You need to get over that fear, right? So we're going to talk about that today, and we know this will really help you and really bless you because, again, it stops a lot of people from doing what they need to do. And I once heard someone define fear as false evidence appearing real. And I love that definition because a lot of times, if you think about it, why are you afraid? Like what's the worst that can happen, right? You go to give a speech in front of people. If you don't give an excellent speech, so what? As long as you share the message, some people will get it, right? So today we're going to dive into it. And first of all, before I start speaking about the points I have, I want to introduce our first speaker, who hails from California, and where it is 4:03 in the morning, and she is bright and early. She is the first to show up. She shows up before me. All right, she is the first to show up, and we appreciate her for that. She is our financial strategist, our financial expert. She's also a black belt to the third degree in martial arts, which means that she is a very disciplined person, right? Someone that you want to follow. She helps people make money, invest money, do all things money. People say, well, money is not that important. I'm like, okay, well, try living without it. Try living without it, right? I think that's an excuse that people say to justify why they don't make any. I think that's it. I figured it out. Yeah, to justify it. Because if you justify why you don't need it, then you're like, hey, that's why I'm broke. Because everybody's broke. No, everybody's not broke, folks. All right. So before I keep going, let me introduce my good friend Leah Garcia. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Eric F., King of Collaboration. Well, my name is Leah Garcia, financial strategist and insurance professional. And it's really my crusade to serve entrepreneurs and small business owners. And I teach them how to properly protect, distribute, and transfer their wealth so they can build this legacy and create generational and multi-generational wealth for their family. And every single one of you to a person can do that. It doesn't matter where you start. All that matters is where you finish. Well, I'm so excited about this topic, how to face the fears and take bold action. And I'm going to give you 3 quick tips on how to do that. But if you're ready, because I'm going to move your cheese, this is going to be uncomfortable. You're probably not going to like it, but I'm going to show you some great things that can help you. If you're ready, put in the comments, Leah, I'm ready. Okay. So understand that fear is part of our amygdala. It is our lizard mind, that it's there to protect us. It's not anything bad. If something's going to happen, we feel that, we see something flying at us, we move before we even have a chance to think about it. That is our amygdala helping us. And just understand that it is there. Our amygdala keeps us from uncertainty, attention, struggle, and change. It does not like that. So when we know that, we can embrace that. Now, how do we overcome this, right? I'm going to give you 3 things that you can do. Number 1 is to accept it. Just understand it is part of who we are. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing that we have to be upset about. It's there to protect us. So embrace that. It is there to protect us. And that's why we have that. And the moment that you want to change something, like say, for example, you're ready to thrive in 2025, you want to get your money right. But what's going to happen? Your lizard brain is going to pull you back. That is change. That's something that's uncertain, and you're going to resist it. But it's okay. I will help you. I promise. Okay. And so, for example, we fear public speaking more than we fear texting and driving. Think about that. Public speaking, it's not life threatening. You might muck it up on the stage, but it's not going to end you in the hospital. But we text and drive. Listen, I've done it. I'm not. This is not punitive. I'm confessing. And here's the thing. So it's not rational. It's just there to protect us from what we have not done. We're not accustomed to. Number 2, own it. Listen, this comes from Seth Godin. And he says we have to learn how to dance with fear. I love that. I thought, wow, how do we do that? Write a funny letter to yourself about fear. Talk about fear like it's a person. Tell fear, listen, I know you're going to show up today. I know you're going to try to get me not to call Leah. I know you're going to try to keep me in broke poverty mindset, but I'm ready to push the button and I'm ready to implement my wall of wealth. And you do it anyway, right? And number 3, reframe it. And, I hear a lot of people say a lot of things about money. I hate dealing with money. I don't like to deal with money. Only greedy people have money and all these kinds of things. We have to reframe it. How about if you say, I love the money game. I'm a winner at the money game. I am amazing at money. I love money and money loves me. Because at the end of the day, it is not about being fearless. It is about being having less fear, fearing less, right? Fear less. So if your money is acting a little funny, I'd love to talk to you. And with that, I hand it back to you, Mr. Eric.
All right. Thank you so much. What a great way to start with a TED Talk. Wow. Ready to thrive in 2025. Look, Aliyah, I am going to give you credit for that in December, but in January, it's going to be mine. I'm taking it and running.
It's yours. It's all yours.
I'll tell people, I was up all night and I came up with this. Ready to thrive. No, I won't say that. But anyway, thank you so much, Leah. We appreciate it. All right, we're going to keep on going. Welcome. Oh, my goodness. We have so many people here today from all over the world. Coral from England is here. Welcome. Amobi, welcome. Fumilai, welcome from Nigeria. We have Michelle is here. Welcome. Tammy, good to see you from North Carolina. Welcome. Rosemary, good to see you. Eunice, welcome. Chinedu, welcome. Dr. Amaka is in the house. Welcome, Dr. Amaka. Good to see you. Rita, good to see you. All right. We have so many people. If you haven't made a comment in the chat, definitely make a comment. Let us know where you're zooming in from. All right, so we're gonna keep it moving. We went to California. Now we're gonna go all the way to Europe to my good friend, the marketing genius himself. Now, look, he needs no introduction, but I'm gonna give him one anyway. I'm gonna give him one anyway. All right, so if you've never met this gentleman here, you're in for a treat. All right, so today's your lucky day. All right, this is the guy that helps people become famous online, especially on LinkedIn. He showed me the ropes on LinkedIn. Now people see me every day, but this guy showed me the ropes, right? He is a marketing genius. He's helped so many people with their marketing and with their business. And like I said, he comes from Europe and he's a little soft-spoken. So that's why I'm a little soft-spoken right now. So I don't, not too loud. But you want to listen to every word he says, all right? Because he will really help you. All right. So to the marketing maven himself, Mr. Eni Asang, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon from the UK, my friends. Great to be here with you. Leah, I loved all of that, of course. I'm going to refer to some of the things you said. Eric, thank you for being the master sales coach. And people forget that that's how you help all of us to grow our businesses. Yeah. You trained me, you trained my team, success all the way since then, right? It's a good thing. Now, I know my time is short, so let me crack on with this fear thing. Because I love how Leah calls it our lizard brain. coming into action, because that's what it is, really, right? Fear is, yes, it's there to protect us, my friends. But when was the last time a lion or a bear chased you down the road? Like, never. Why do we need to feel fear? There's some things I can feel fear about. So like the flooding in Spain last week, and hurricanes, and those are fear worthy, right? The things that happen to us, Eric. Look, the problem is simply this: when something is about to happen, or we're about to do something, we put on this horror movie of what is going to happen. The worst that could happen, we play that over and over in our heads, and we think, "Oh, I'm not gonna. Oh, I'm so scared it's gonna happen." It's not. None of it's gonna happen. Realize that. Right? It's a film. Change the film, my friends. Rather than putting a horror movie on, put a comedy on. Put a self-development movie on of you as a star. Put every movie that says, "I'm the star. I've got this. I can do this. I will do this. I've done this so many times before. That's another one more time. Just one more time, right? I may even get better at doing this from today." Change the movie, my friends. You change the narrative. You change what goes on in your head. Fear has never existed. It may never. The things that we fear, the thing that we think could happen, usually 99% of the time don't happen. Leah mentioned public speaking. I'm trying to work out what could really go wrong. Eric, you mentioned it earlier. What could go wrong? You go on stage and the microphone stops working? Yeah, and I've been on stage and forgotten all my words before. You start sweating. No one died. These things happen, right? So maybe it might help next time to simply practice and prepare. If you think something could go wrong, do the preparation work beforehand. Practice, rehearse. Go through the motions and work out the kinks. What you fear, it's not going to happen, right? Even if the worst happens, at least you have a fallback. If you're going to go on stage, for example, take some notes. Do what we all do. Take some notes. You forget your words. Might you fall over on stage? Yes, but how likely is that? It's not. We don't fall over on stage very often. It's a rare thing, right? I'm saying, now look at how. I think fear, Eric, it's all about how we process things, right? Some people have this nightmare response to everything. They react to everything in a nightmare kind of way. It's all going to go wrong. My client's not going to pay me. I can't sell that. No, they're never going to buy. These are all narratives we tell ourselves, right? Change that narrative. If that's you who enjoys, or the first course of action is negative emotion, a reaction to a situation, flip it over. Literally, I just go straight from there to, I'm going to sell 1 million copies. Yes. And I may not, but at least I got half a chance, right? What I won't do is let fear cripple me. I won't let fear get in my way and stop me doing what I want to do. Now, as Leah said, if I want to do it, and if I have to do it badly 1 time, 3 times, 10 times, I'll do it badly 10 times. I'll learn, I'll improve. You can't afford to sit there and let fear rule your life. It's everywhere I've looked. I guess the best mindset experts I've spoken to say the best way to get rid of fear is repetition. Repeated action leads to greater belief in yourself, and then leads to more repetition later on. Right? That's the simple truth. The more you do something, the more you have a record in your mind of having done it, then the easier it is to do it again next time. But sometimes there is that first time. Embrace it. Use that first time for what now. Use it and do it badly. Do it afraid, but do it and learn. Do it and succeed. That movie that says, "What if this goes really brilliantly?" Put that on and see how that feels. You find it's the same as fear, same energy, same way it's going to affect your body. Just as this is the one with positive, one will hold you back. Look. Focus on what can happen, what can go right. And last I'll leave you with, my friends, is be the warrior, not the warrior. I'll leave it at that, Eric.
I love that. Wow. Drop the mic on that one. Yes, the warrior, not the warrior. Oh, wow. I love it. Thank you so much, Annie. That was incredible. We appreciate it. And I want to welcome all the new people. We have a lot of people here. By the way, put your comments, not your comments, your questions in the chat because we do answer your questions. Okay, so let me see. Where did I leave off? Wow, wow. We have a lot of people. So welcome, Matthew. Good to see you. By the way, if you have two names and I can't pronounce your first name, I'll pronounce your last name because I don't want to mess up anybody's name up, right? So Princess, welcome. Appreciate you. Aminat, welcome. Let's see. Welcome. Harumi, good to see you. Michelle, good to see you. Malachi, good to see you. Rita, welcome. Good to see you. Let's see. Esther, good to see you. Paulette, welcome. And Emanuela, I think that's what it is. Welcome. Krista, good to see you. Ife, welcome. All right. Well, good to see everybody. We appreciate you. And we're going to keep on going. Definitely put your question in the chat. Now start with the word question. So I know it and it'll be easy for me. I already see Laverne has one in there. Good. All right. Awesome. All right. So let me give you a few points that I came up with concerning fear. Now, I will say it seemed like any overnight broke into my house and stole my notes because, yeah, he said most of the things I want to say, but it's okay. It's okay. We'll keep moving. All right. So I'm going to give you, let's see, 4 points. 4 points. Write it down. Put it in your phone. Put it in your iPad. All right. Number 1, you have to shift your focus. I think Annie talked about that. Shift your focus, right? A lot of times we focus on the wrong things, right? Shift. Okay. When I started studiospeaking.com, probably the first 30 people I talked to said no, not interested. I don't think it'll work for me, right? So now I could have focused on that. I said 30 people said no, it's not going to work. But you know what I'm focused on right now? The 15 testimonials on my site, studiospeaking.com, that said it worked. You see what I'm saying? So it's the focus is different. The focus is different, right? So yeah, so focus on the positive, not the negative. Visualize success. Before I go into anything, I visualize myself successful. You know, that's very important. Visualize success, shift your focus. All right. Number 2, preparation. You know, when you prepare for something, it gives you confidence. Right? Prepare. You're gonna do a speech like Annie said. You're gonna give a speech, right? Prepare. Say it like 12 times. Take some notes if you have to, so you can refer to your notes, right? Just prepare. If the microphone goes out, speak from the diaphragm. Have you ever heard of that? Speak louder, right? So you're prepared, and that gives you a sense of peace, and you're like, okay, I can do this, right? So you want to prepare. The more you prepare, the less nervous you are. One of my sons he's really good at soccer, right? We call it football everywhere else in the world, but in America, we call it soccer. So we'll go with soccer. And he's really, really good. And so he was, for those of you that don't play, you probably don't know what this is, but when you shoot a corner kick, your goal is to kick the ball to the we call it the in front of the goalpost, so someone can kick it in or head it in or something like that, right? And he kicked it, but then he kicked it all the way in himself, and that's unusual, right? That's really unusual. Like a lot of people can't do that. We call it an Olympical goal or something like that. So when he did it, I said, you need to practice that over and over, because if you can do that, your coach will put you in or get you to kick all those corners. So we practiced it over and over and over and over and over. And then when we played the game, guess what? He remembered exactly what he practiced. And I was on the sidelines. I'm like, okay, he can do it. You can do it. You can kick it in. And he kicked it and it went straight in. And people are like, wow. They thought it was luck. It wasn't luck. We practiced it like 40, 50 times, right? So that's an example. So you got to prepare. All right. So that's number 2. Number 3 is take small steps immediately. if you have an idea to start a business, don't say one day I'm going to start a business. Take the first step today, right? Incorporate it. Do something, right? So take small steps, because success begets success. You get a little success, then you have more, then you have more, then you have more, okay? So take small steps. Don't, people always say, well, my goal, Eric, is to make 10,000 a month. If I can just do that, I'll be happy. And they're focused on that 10,000. Let me tell you something. Focus on 1,000. Just get to 1,000. When you get to 1,000, your brain will give you permission to get to 2,000. When you get to 2,000, your brain will give you permission to get to 3,000. Before you know it, you're at 10,000. But if your focus is just 10,000, it seems like it will never happen. It will never happen, right? So give yourself small goals and go for it. And then lastly, and this is probably just as important as everything else, associate yourself with people that already have what you want. Associate yourself with people that already have what you want. I want to show you something. Now I can't find it. Okay, here we go. All right. So I wrote this book in 2018, The Home Business Boom. It's on Amazon. You can grab it, by the way. I wrote this book, right? But before I wrote the book, I didn't know anything about writing books. So I joined a group of people, of authors, and anytime I got on that Zoom, I was hearing testimonials of people. Hey, I just sold another 20 copies. I just sold another 100 copies. And I look at it, I'm like, this must be easy to write a book. And in 4 months, I wrote a book and it became a bestseller. Not because I knew how, but because I associated myself with people that have already done it. All right. So you want to associate yourself with people that have done it. If you're an entrepreneur, you have to get around entrepreneurs. Don't tell people that just want a good government job all your dreams of becoming an entrepreneur. They'll say you're crazy. They'll say just get a good government job, right? So associate yourself with people that already have what you want. That's very, very important. All right. So those are the points I have for you today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I clap for myself. Because before you guys all were here, I used to clap for myself when it was all me. so I still clap for myself, but I appreciate that. All right, so let's keep on going. We have a lot of great comments here, and I'm going to show them very soon. So right now, I want to welcome my good friend from Nigeria. Okay, this guy is known for all over the world now, right? And he, he's known as Mr. Positive Energy, but he does a lot. I work with him on a regular basis. And if you ever just feel like, it's not working for you, you ever feel that, everything's against you, the economy is bad, everything's bad, guess what? You need to contact Zion because he'll change your perspective on life. All right. So without further ado, we're going to bring up the one and only Zion Anaguru. The floor is yours.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Eric. That was powerful. It's always beautiful to hear you introducing us. It makes us feel so high. Like it gives us the momentum and the morale. And Leah, you started on a very high note. I think we are following your footsteps right now because the energy was so amazing. And Mr. Eni, as always, you dropped the bomb. Thank you so much, for sharing with us and everyone in the listening lounge. It's such a privilege to have you all join us. Now, when we talk about fear, we as humans, we love to be in control. And whenever we are not in control, we tend to fear. It's a natural characteristic of every human. We want to be in control. We want to be the driver. We want to be the one making things happen. And when we find ourselves in that place where we are not in control, fear creeps in. And I want to encourage you this morning. It's okay not to be in control. In some places, you say fear of the unknown. It is called the unknown because you don't have to know. When you know, there is no reason for you to have faith. So you have to believe in the unknown for you to enjoy the unknown. So it's okay not to be in control. And when we talk about fear, when I was preparing for this event, face everything and rise, or forget everything and run. The choice is yes. The choice is yes. And you have to be very intentional about the choice that you are making. And when it comes to fear, it's a mindset thing. Fear is your mindset. Confidence is your mindset. The one you focus on more becomes your reality. When you focus on the thing that scares you more, it becomes your reality. When you focus on the thing that gives you so much confidence, it also becomes your reality. And that's why we have to be very, very intentional about the things we focus on. And I'm going to give you a few points of mine that has really helped me in overcoming fear. And there's a popular quote that says, if if you if you miss 100 if you miss 100% of your shots, you don't take. You miss 100% of the shot you don't take. So if you don't take the shot at all, you already miss 100% of it. And that's the reason why you have to try make the shot. It must not be a perfect shot, but then try to make the shot. And the one thing that you must do that I will share with you is self-awareness. Be aware about yourself. Now, self-awareness is very key and very important when it comes to overcoming fear. In self-awareness, it allows you to recognize your strength and your weaknesses. For most people, we focus so much on our weaknesses that we don't even think about our strength. It's always about, I cannot do this. I cannot do this. I will not be able to do this. What about I can? You can do this. You can do that. You can do this. So be aware about your strength. What are the things you are so good at? I love it when Mr. Eric shared about, oh, you are waiting for you to have a good background, a good stage for you to start speaking. If you are waiting for you to have a good stage, you're going to wait forever, because there is no such thing like a perfect stage. You start from where you are. You start with what you are. You start with the resources that you can get. You know, I was sharing with somebody, speaking on stages, speaking on live event. I started with my mobile phone. And they were like, are you serious? Your mobile? I was like, oh yes, my mobile phone. I started with my mobile phone. Nobody knows it was my mobile phone. But because I was so passionate about putting myself out there and inspiring more people, I didn't allow that stop me. I start with my mobile phone. I turn it landscape so it can show me on a very big screen, and I speak. I share with people. But right now, I'm talking with my laptop. Imagine I've waited to get my laptop. I would have waited for so long and I would not start. So you have to be aware of your strength. And secondly, do it scared. Oh yes, do it scared. And in doing it scared, you prioritize progress over perfection. For most people, they want to be perfect. They want to get it all right. They want to be a perfectionist. Oh, I want to have everything set like Mr. Eric. I want to have money in my background like Leah. I want to have a good caption like Mr. Eddie before I can start. No, you don't have to wait to be perfect. I tell you, there are times I go to stage, I still get scared, but it doesn't stop me from sharing what I need to share. It doesn't stop me from giving the nugget and giving the wisdom. So you are scared, do it. You don't know what the outcome will be, do it. Just put yourself out there. You don't have to wait to be perfect. You don't have to get 100% confidence before you say, I want to go to the stage. The confidence will grow. Practice make mastery. The more you do it, the more you get used to it, and the more you get yourself acquainted, to embracing that reality that you want to give. And thirdly, I'll share with you, your cycle matters. When overcoming fear, the kind of people you surround yourself with matters a lot. I'll share you a quick story that happened a few years ago. In my home, there was a snake, and my mom and my younger sister, they were screaming and shouting, it's a snake, it's a snake. Now, I've not seen the snake, but because of how they were reacting, I was scared. But do you know the snake is as small as a rope? Very tiny little snake. I was like, oh my God, you got me scared because of a snake that looked like a rope. And that's what it is. Because of their screaming, it shaped my mindset and thinking, oh, it's something big and huge. And that's why your cycle is very, very important. If you're around people who are scared, you will forever be scared. If you're around people who are confident, you will forever be confident. So be careful of your cycle and be careful of the kind of people you surround yourself with. And lastly, I'm a Christian, I'm a believer, and I always say this. One thing that has really helped me overcome fear, it's my confidence and my trust in God. 2 Timothy 1 verse 7 will tell you, I have not given you the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. And because of that assurance in God, it allows me to overcome fear in an instant, knowing for the fact that God has not given me the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. It allows me to overcome fear and begin to take bold steps. I encourage you, Fear is just a mindset. And that's the reason why you have to embrace positivity at all times. If you are positive, you are possible. And in positivity, there is endless possibilities for you. So thank you so much, everyone, for listening. I yield the mic to you, Mr. Eric.
All right, all right. Thank you so much. That was incredible. Wow, what incredible nuggets. I've taken notes here. And everything you said is right. And I just want to share with everybody before we get to the questions. If you learn to overcome your fear, you will change your life. You will literally change your life. I used to be fearful of a lot of things, and it was stopping me from what God has purposed me to do. Right? The things I know I'm supposed to do on this earth, I wasn't able to do it because of fear. But then when I realized that it's okay to make mistakes, it's okay to look and to get embarrassed, to embarrass yourself. Like, everybody wants to be perfect. Nobody wants to be embarrassed. So they never try anything, right? But when I learned that it's okay, man, it was liberating. My success just went like this. Why? Because I just did it. I just did it. Look, I was talking about this book, right? When I wanted to release it, I forgot what month, maybe January. I didn't release it for like 5 months because I just had a lot of things I had to do. But nobody knew. It still became a bestseller. Nobody knew that I was 5-6 months late. Nobody knew that, right? So all the things we're worried about, nobody cares in the end of the day. Nobody cares at the end of the day. I was talking to a friend of mine who said she wants to go to med school, and she wasn't admitted to the top med schools. And she said the only school she was admitted to is not prestigious. She said it doesn't, she's ashamed to even tell people what school it is. So she said, should she go? I said, what kind of question is that? I said, do you want to be a doctor or not? She said, yeah. I said, once you become a doctor, nobody cares where you went. No, you think, look, my sister is a doctor. I've never been somewhere where people say, so what med school did you go to? They just said, wow, you're a medical doctor? Oh, that's awesome. What kind of practice do you have? Right? So stop worrying about those little things that don't matter at the end of the day. Just do it. Right? Just do it. Right? Focus on the right things. Don't focus on the things that will keep you stuck. Just start. I was talking about the studio events. The first one I did, some of you that have been following me for a long time will remember, I did it by myself. I didn't have anybody there. It was just me. I did a studio event and I talked about sales, right? And then it worked out so well. That's when I started inviting people. And now we have so many people on the stage, right? Live in person. But I probably made mistakes the first time. Actually, I did make mistakes the first time. I made a lot of mistakes the first time. I was looking at the wrong screen. So I'm talking and I'm like this the whole time. and people, when I was done, they're like, great job, Eric, but next time look at the people. I'm like, I'm sorry. I've never done this before, right? But now when people come on my stage, I'm saying, look at that camera. That's how you do it, right? So I'm the expert. Right? So, but I started where I didn't know what I was doing. And now I train people, right? But I was okay with being embarrassed. I was okay with making a mistake, right? So that's what I just wanted to share. As my mom would say, God laid it in my heart to share it with you. All right. All right. So let's keep going. Let's go to some questions here. Let's go to some questions. Let's see. One second. I know Laverne had a question, so we're going to go to hers first. All right. Thank you, Laverne MBA, for this. What specific strategy have successful people like you used to overcome fears and take bold action? That's a great question. Who would like to answer that? Okay, Annie first, and then Leah, then Dan.
Yeah, I saw your hand first, so you feel free.
Okay. Go ahead, Leah.
Thank you so much, Annie. So what I do is, it's called the power of one more, meaning that if I have a goal for something, I don't look at doing it for 365 days. Say I want to go to the gym, or I want to, I want to start eating right. I say, I just focus on one more. I'm going to go to the gym one more day, this one day here. And then what happens is it starts to compound, right? And that's called compounding. Listen, compound interest isn't just in money. It is in everything. Once you start to have a little bit of success, that muscle is atrophied is going to start to grow. So hand it back to you, Mr. Eric.
Thank you so much. Awesome. Annie, go ahead.
That's a great one. For me, I think I always ask myself, what is my dominant feeling here? What am I thinking? And I don't like to live in a world of lack where I can't, because I'm too scared. So if I think if my dominant feeling is fear, then I just flip it over. I have to change it. Do it as Leah says, and see where we get. What's the worst can happen? You win, or you learn, right? That's the truth. I live with that every day.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Zion.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Eric. And Lavin, that was a good question. For me, when it comes to overcoming fear, it's admit you are scared. Don't try to pretend you are not. People don't accept it. So accept the fact that you are scared. What are you scared about? Think about it, and then what are your strengths towards what you are scared about? So don't deny that something is scaring you. Admit it. Yes, you are scared about X, Y, Z. Admit what you are scared about, and then what can you do towards it? That's where focusing on your strength comes in place. What are you good at? What is your specialty? What is that thing that you can wake up in the morning and you do it without having any issue? So focus on your strength. It's very, very important when it comes to overcoming fear after you've admitted that there's something you're scared about. So that's my share. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And, Laverne, my answer to your question is simple, but a lot of people may not like the answer. The answer is you have to just do it. Do you have to just do it? Look, I run a group called Promote Your Business Meetup. Okay. And when I started in Maryland in a little room. 8 people showed up. I invited probably 30, 40 people. 8 people showed up. And I was excited that 8 people showed up, right? And everybody talked about their businesses. It's free. We still do it online right now. And they said, this is so awesome. Like, how often do you do these? I said, well, this is my first time. But if you guys will show up next week, I'll rent this room again, right? And they're like, okay. So they all decided they're going to come back. And next week, Thursday, 7 o'clock, I was the only one in the room. 7:30, I was the only one. 8 o'clock, I was the only one. And I was like, wow, look, I paid like $250 and I was the only one. And the lady up front, she said, Eric, I understand these things happen. She said, why don't you, take some time to put people together and then call me whenever you're ready to restart. And I said, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pay for the next 4 Thursdays. I'll pay $1,000 to just rent the room out for the next 4 Thursdays. She said, are you sure? What if nobody shows up? She said, I said, because I put so much money into it, I'll make sure people show up. I'll just do it. It was hard, like it was scary. But guess what? The next time I got people there. And we've been doing it every week now for over 5 years. I have never been the only one there again, ever. Right. And, that's a testimony. But here's another one. Some of the people that came to my event, now it's online, and all of you are invited, it's free. Now, some of the people that came to the event that were too shy to put their camera on, some of them are running the events now. I'm not going to mention names because I don't know if they want me to, but they're actually running the events. Like I have them Monday, I don't run it. Friday, I don't run it. Other people run my events, right? So my point is they just jumped into it and said, okay, put me in, I'll do it. I'll it's going to be hard, but I'll do it, right? So you just have to go for it. And then it's liberating once you get through it. They're like, wow, I can do more things, right? When you succeed at one thing, it can help you with other things. So that's my answer to your question, Laverne. Thank you so much for the question. So folks, if you haven't put a question in there and you're thinking about something, put a question because we're going to Miss Coral from across the pond who says, what would you say to a friend if they were facing the same fear as you once had? Okay, so who would like to share? Because that's what I would say. What I just shared is what I would say. All right, go ahead, Annie. You know what's funny? Leah, when you put up your hand, sometimes I don't see it because it blends in with the money. So people like, Leah put up her hand. I'm like, no, she didn't. Anyway, I'm just telling you. Don't think I'm ignoring you. So, Annie, go ahead. I don't know.
I think like you said, we need self-awareness and we need self-belief, and just take the action. I accept sometimes some people are so entrenched in their fear that it's harder than it sounds. In which case, be like me. Get a mindset coach. Get a coach to truly support you through the process. Because it is about raising yourself, your confidence, your awareness, and then your triggers. Once you can work through that, my friend, is what I'll say to them. You can achieve anything you want to achieve, but you must tackle yourself first. A mindset coach is the best person to help you through that process.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Who else? Zan, go ahead.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Eric. And Cora, that was a great question. And I love the fact you said if they were facing the same fear as you once had. Very simple. Replicate your process of success with them. It's as simple as that. You went through the test yourself so you can become a testament. So share your story with your friend or how you went through it, how you overcame. After all, you didn't die. You didn't kill. So your friend will not die. It will not kill your friend too. But the fact you overcame, you succeeded, you triumph over that challenges, your friend also will overcome. Why? Because you are a living testament that it is possible to overcome. So that's my share on that. Thank you so much. I yield the mic.
Awesome. Oh, go ahead, Leah. Yes. Leah, so
I'll make sure you can see me. I'll put a siren. No, I'm just kidding.
That's in front of you like this. I see it.
Okay. That's an amazing question, Coral. And you know what? Congratulations, because now you are a true leader. If somebody's reaching out to you and they're asking how they can do this thing, it's because they see you as a leader. And a leader doesn't say, go there. They say, follow me. Like Zion and Annie said, they're telling the story. And one thing that's helped me on my journey is if I think about me, I won't do the thing. I wouldn't be here on camera. It's 4 a.m. I got up at 2:30. I mean, this is crazy, but what am I thinking? I'm thinking about the value. I'm thinking about who I can share my story with, who I can inspire and help motivate. So when we think about ourselves and our fear can feel really heavy and we can really resist it. But when we focus on other people, sometimes that can help us to get outside of ourselves. Thank you, Mr. Eric.
Awesome. Thank you so much. You're so right. Focus on other people, right? Don't be selfish. It's selfish to say, I'm not going to share my message because my lighting is bad. What? Share your message. The people that want to hear it don't care about your lighting. They just want to hear the message. You know what I mean? So awesome. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to, let's see. Okay. So we've answered this question. We are going to share some examples about how we were able to come to get through fear. One of the things I want to share real quick is many of you know me as the sales coach, right? I've been doing that for 15 years. And some of you don't know that when I got into sales, it was by accident. I didn't want to get into sales. I wanted to get into marketing and advertising behind the scenes, but they put me in sales and I had to learn. Right. And then I learned from someone that was really good at it. And I realized I don't have to be pushy or salesy. And I became very good at it. And then I started coaching. Right. So one of the fears that I had was selling. Now I do it with ease. I mean, I've sold packages that are over $500,000. Like in front of a boardroom with the CEO, the CFO, all these people, right? So I've sold at every level from door to door to that, right? So I tell people I can sell a plane. I'm like, how can you sell a plane? Do you know anything about planes? No, but I can sell a plane. Why? Because I have the sales skills. I just need to learn about the plane, right? So once you have that ability, once you have a skill, you can use it over and over, right? So for the end of the year, I'm having my last cohort for my sales coaching program. If you're interested in learning more, just go to meetwithericf.com. I put it in the chat right there, and we can talk about it to see if this is for you or not. All right. All right. So let's see. Let's see if we have any other questions. Let's see if we have any other questions. Does anybody see any other questions? I don't. If you don't see it, then we'll just.
Yeah, there was a question up about give some examples. I don't know if you saw that one. It was like
Coral?
I think it was Coral. I don't know. Did we already do that one?
No, we haven't. So let me, hold on a second. Let me see. I like to put it up. Is this it? So just, is that it or not? No? Okay. Anyway, okay. So Leah, so you said that give some examples of how you've overcome fear. Is that it?
Yeah, it was something like that way up in the front. So because I wrote down some notes I'd love to share.
Okay. Go ahead, Carl. Go ahead. I mean, go ahead, Leah. Sure.
Yeah. So Eric always talks about that I'm a karateka, right? I'm a black belt, 3rd degree. But I didn't start there. When I started martial arts, I was actually 220 pounds. I had been in a car accident, so I had a really lot of back pain and stuff. And I did it because I showed up there. I wasn't trying to get a black belt. That was never my goal. My goal was to get in better health. My goal was to become stronger. And so I always say begin with the end in mind. What was the end result I wanted? I was trying to get in better health. So if you have a story, you have an end that you want, what are the action steps that you need to take to get there? And that motivated me just to do it one more time, right? It wasn't about getting a black belt, getting recognition. It wasn't about that. It was about survival, right? I wanted to get healthier. So just understand what your reasons are and solidify those, fortify yourself with that. Hand it back to you, Eric.
Awesome. Great story. Like, wow. There's so many people right now giving them excuses why they don't want to go try out or get fit or what have you. And look at it. It was like by accident, but then you just got better and better and better. And then you started creating, look, your mind gave yourself permission to go from the white belt to the yellow belt, right? I think it's green and then blue and then brown, something like that, right? I think I'm close. but anyway, like your brain keep telling you, I can do this. I got to the yellow. I can do this. Now I'm a brown, but I can do black, right? And then before you know it, you're where you are. So I love that example. It is a great example of you just have to jump into it and believe in yourself. So Leah, can you tell everybody how to reach you? We're almost done here. And anything you want to share about your books?
Yeah, for sure. This is an incredible event as always. I appreciate all the questions. Well, my best social media is LinkedIn. You can always find me there. But you also can go to my smart link, which is leahgarcia.io, and you can download my free ebook, The Wall of Wealth. I love to meet with you. If you're ready to get to that next level, you're ready to thrive in 2025, let's help you get your money right. When you will be amazed on how just getting your finances in order will extremely exemplify your confidence. When it's not playing in the back of your mind, thinking about that debt, worried about that, then you'll be ready to truly thrive in 2025. Hand it back to you, Mr. Eric.
Awesome. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Zion, do you want to share with everybody how they can reach you?
Yes. Before that, I'll just give you an example of how I was able to overcome fear.
Sure.
For me, I used to be very shy. I used to be very timid. I used to be very comfortable in my space, in my cycle. I don't want to go out there because why? I struggle with validation. Wanting people to validate me, people's opinion about me, people's thought about me was my concern. But if there's one thing I kept doing, it's when it comes to public speaking, I didn't start speaking on stage like this. I was speaking in my mirror in my room. My mirror was my best friend. I kept speaking to my mirror, talking to my mirror, repeating it day after day. And in doing that, I was actually building my confidence. Now people say, oh, you do it like a natural. Oh, it wasn't a natural. I had to practice again and again and again. There are days I laugh at myself. I fail, I make mistakes, I repeat it. So for you want to go into public speaking, you want to talk in stages like this. Yes, you might be scared at the first time coming up on stage. Practice in your room. Talk to yourself. Talk to your family. Let them give you feedback. It's one thing that really helped me, and I'm sure it's going to help you too if you can just take this practical step. Because the whole essence of us having this show, it's not because we want to motivate you to stay your emotions up. No, it's because we want you to take practical action, practical step from our series that you can apply to your life that can be a game changer for you. So for anyone who wants to reach out to me, I'm always on LinkedIn, Zion Inogil, Mr. Positive Energy. The only Zion Inogil you can find right now on LinkedIn. I'm telling you, come, let's go on a journey of positivity together. And I believe that 2025 is filled with so much possibilities. And embracing it from now on, it's key for you to harness the fullness of the possibilities that are with. So thank you so much for listening. I yield my back to you, Mr. Eric.
All right, Zion. He said it. There's nobody like him in the world. It's just him. Yeah, there are people that imitate, but nobody can duplicate. Okay. Awesome. Appreciate you. Annie, go ahead. Did you have a share and let us know how they can reach you?
Of course. And I said LinkedIn is my home, so I just put my profile link in the comments. Look, my friends, this topic is huge for all of us. I said, there came a day when I realized fear was running my life. Fear was my constant emotion. Everything made me scared. Every day I woke up, I was scared. Oh, I've got to talk to it, and I've got a potential customer. What if I screw it up? What if they say no? More fear, right? What if I screw up my social media post today? More fear. What if my events don't go badly? My customers dislike me then, and what if they don't pay me? I lived on that fear for so long. You see, and when I was doing that, Eric, everything was just going wrong, right? Everything was going wrong. 10 out of 10 prospects say no. You're like, I knew that was going to happen. That wasn't me. That's how the world really works. So I was right to be scared. No, so it took me a coach to realize that it was me that was bringing it all on. So when I say, ask yourself, what's your dominant emotion? Do you believe the world is inherently bad, or do you believe you are inherently special and you can achieve greatness? Whichever one you believe will come to pass. That's what I've learned, right? Now I don't worry about customers paying me. I expect them to pay me because I do what I say I will do. I expect you to keep your part of the bargain. I don't worry that you're going to buy from me because I'll tell you what I can do for you to solve your problem. If you want it, you pay for it. If you don't want it, okay, that's fine. Go somewhere else. Someone else will pay me instead, right? I think it's really like our fear experience tars all parts of our lives. Now, of course, another thing I will do from feeling afraid and getting bad results that I feared, that I attracted, that I brought to life, is taking that out on your friends and family. We must really look at this and learn to find our self-confidence, our self-belief, our sense of purpose, our sense of doing and achieving, sense of success. All those things will banish the fear and bring more and more happiness, more success, more fulfillment. That's my personal experience.
Awesome. And did she say how we can reach her?
Yeah, I started off with my LinkedIn is my home. My link is in profile links in the comments. So please connect with me. I'd love to meet you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. And for me, LinkedIn is the best place to reach me. Eric F. King. Not Eric King. Eric King, you'll be there for a couple of hours looking for me. Eric F. King, I'm the only one. Yes, there are imitators, but no duplicators. So Eric F. King. So as I close here, Emmanuel, I want to welcome you. Ardelia, welcome. Michael, good to see you. Joan, good to see you. Let's see. Ifeanyiwa, welcome. All right, a lot of people here today. We appreciate every single one of you. If I missed you, sorry about that. Ludwig, welcome. All right, so I want to end with this. We have 5 minutes, and this is it. When I do coaching, I do like a six week sales coaching. The first week has to do with mindset, and I talk about not worrying about what people say about you. That is the number one reason that we don't do what we're supposed to do in our life, because we're worried about what people say. And I just close with this. Did you know that if you lived under a bridge and you had nothing, people will talk about you. People will drive by and say, look at that wretched person living under a bridge. But if you live in a mansion and you have a beautiful car and a beautiful house, people will talk about you. They're like, look at that guy trying to flex, trying to show off. He doesn't need all those rooms in that house. He doesn't need a car like that. He could just get a regular car like the rest of us. People will talk about you. Here's the deal. Whatever you do in life, people will talk about you. You might as well do what's best for you and what's best for your family. I always say, give them something good to talk about. Give them something good to talk about, right? Like, people will talk about you anyway. So you have to get good at not worrying about what people say. Because when you decide not to worry, oh my, it's liberating. You feel like you can do anything, right? Because you're not worried. You're not worried. So I just want to share that with you guys, because once it happened for me, it changed my life. It changed my life. I was able to live the kind of life. I was able to quit the job I didn't want to work anymore, do my business, help people all over the world, make more money than I ever imagined possible, because I just thought to myself, like, I'm just going to go out and help people. I'm not going to worry about what people say. Someone sent me a message and said, I sent him a message about my next event, my studio event. And he said, you're doing another one? Like, how many of these are you going to do? And I thought to myself, wow. So should I quit doing them because it annoys this guy? Or should I keep doing it because I'm helping people and changing lives? I'm going to keep doing them, right? I don't care what he says. I'm going to block him. I don't want to hear him anymore, right? Because I know I'm doing what's best for other people, which is helping me and my family at the same time, right? So don't worry about all of that. Don't worry about what people say, because here's the deal. I know a lady that used to work in a hospice. And for those of you that don't know what a hospice is, that's a hospital where people that don't really have a chance of living and they know they're about to die, that's where they go. They go to a hospice. And she said she had many, many conversations with people that are about to die. And she said, nobody ever told me that they regret trying something that didn't work. But she said people always told her that they regret not trying, not doing it. I should have done this. I should have done this. That is the regret we have. What we should have done. We don't regret doing something and it didn't work out. Nobody regrets that. So why are you so focused and worried about it not working? Just do it. All right. So that's how I want to end today. We appreciate all of you as always. We ask that not only do you show up here every week, but share this with your friends and your family and your business associates, because the things that we talk about here is for everybody. You don't even have to have a business. This can change your life. Look, what we talk about here are things that I wish I knew when I was a young man. Like, back then, we didn't have all of this. We had to go to the library to read boring books. Right now, look at this. Right. So I appreciate all of you. We hope that you keep coming back. Share it with as many people as you can. There's a replay, right? So share the replay. All right. So appreciate all of you. It has been a plum-pleasing pleasure to be here with all of you today, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody. All right.